Hello students, we have started our chapter synthetic fiber and plastics. In the previous session we have discussed about synthetic fibers and their properties. Now we are going to discuss about the plastics. Before going to the plastic, once we will revise and recall. Filling the blanks with the correct words. The synthetic fiber that closely resembles the wool is polyester or acrylic. Artificial silk is the other name for rayon. Spandex is popularly known as lyrica. The first synthetic fiber was made in 1930. The mixture of polyester and wool is called as polywool. So now we are going to start with our chapter with plastics. You are very familiar with this kind of word, that is plastics. Now the question arises how this plastic is made up of. The plastic is made up of a synthetic, it is made up of a polymer just like synthetic fiber. They are usually synthetic and most commonly derived from petrochemical, means they are man-made. Plastics are made by the man and they are made from the petrochemical products. Petrochemical products mean they are obtained from the petroleum products. You might have come across the plastics article of the various shapes and size. Depending upon the nature of the plastic, with regards to the heat, there are two types of plastics, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So we divide the plastics into two types, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. What are thermoplastics? The plastics that can be melted easily on heating and can be molded again and again into different shapes are known as thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are nothing but which can be changed into different shapes again and again on heating. They are called as thermoplastics. Examples: polythene, polypropylene, polystyrene, polyvinyl chloride, etc. They come under thermoplastics. The pipes for storing and transporting the water, hand gloves, covering of the electric wires, and packaging materials for the delicate and expensive items are made up of thermoplastics. So these are the examples how the thermoplastics, what kind of things which are made up of thermoplastics. Next, thermosetting plastics. The plastics which do not soften much on heating and can be molded only once are referred as thermosetting plastics. Thermosetting plastics are only once you can change the shape, only once it can be you can give the shape to them. After giving the shape to them, they cannot be heated and they cannot be changed the shape again and again. So they comes under thermosetting plastics. Even at high temperature, these plastics can maintain their shapes and size. So even at the high temperature also, their shapes and size are same. So have you seen the handles of the pressure cooker? They are thermosetting plastics. Okay, example: bakelite, duroplast, melamine and explosive resins are the examples of thermosetting plastics. They are used to make unbreakable dinnerware plugs, switches and handles of the tea kettles. So dinnerwares, they are made up of thermosetting plastics. The plugs, the switches and the handles of tea kettles, they are made up of thermosetting plastics. Next, properties, that is characteristics of the plastics, properties of the plastics. So plastic articles are durable. Durable means which last longer. They are durable, they last longer. Light, cheap and strong, hence they are widely used in the industries and for the household purpose. Some common properties of the plastics are discussed below. Solubility in water. Solubility in water. Plastics are insoluble in water, and you people better know that the plastic do not dissolve in the water. So the buckets and the bottles are made up of the plastics in which you store the water. Reactivity. Reactivity also, you people know that they don't react with the water and air. So they do not corrode and rust. So they are used for storing the chemicals and other materials. Since they don't corrode easily, they are they are also used to make toys. See the chemicals, the acids which you get, they are stored in the plastics. Have you seen the Harpic bottle in your washrooms? They are the Harpic contains acid. It is stored in the plastic bottle. So effect of flame. Plastics can catch fire easily, so they are inflammable. Thermal conductivity. Plastics are poor conductors of heat, hence they are used for making the handles of the cooking utensils. So handles of cooking utensils, the best example is the pressure cooker. The handle of the pressure cooker is made up of plastic. So because they are poor conductors of heat. Containers used in the microwave ovens and the insulating wool in a refrigerator. So the microwave, the containers used in the microwave, they are also made up of plastics, so they don't melt in the high temperature also. Electrical conductivity. Plastics are poor conductors of electricity, so they are used in covering the electrical wires, covering the electric wires for making the cords of electrical appliances and cables. So they are poor conductor of electricity, they are poor conductor of heat. Polyvinyl PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride is a plastic, is widely used as ID cards and credit cards as it is flame resistant. So PVC is used in the ID cards and credit cards. The credit cards are made up of PVC. It is a plastic, that is polyvinyl chloride. Even the non-stick coating on the kitchenware is made up of special type of plastic known as Teflon. So see, non-stick, your mama uses the non-stick cookwares. They have a special type of coating which is of Teflon, okay, on which the oil and water doesn't sticks. The uniform of a fireman are made up of flame resistance material which is referred as melamine plastics. So the uniforms of the firemen, they are made up of a special kind of flame resistance material which is called as melamine plastic. Okay. Next, uses of plastics. See, we are having two types of plastics, thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So they also have the uses. The first one is polythene. Polythene, you know what is polythene. You people better know what are polythenes. How it is obtained? They are obtained by the polymerization of ethylene monomer. See, we have discussed in the synthetic fiber what is polymerization. Polymerization is nothing but when the monomers are attached together to form a long chain. They are called as, the process is called as polymerization. So in making of the polythene, we use ethylene monomer. You have to remember this word, ethylene monomer. Property, it is a strong insulator, tough, flexible, water and corrosion resistance. So it is used in making the containers, pipes and pipes for storing, transporting of water, oil and other material, and waterproofing packing of material. Next, PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride we have discussed now. It is a thermoplastics. It is obtained by polymerization of vinyl chloride. So vinyl chloride is a monomer. So its properties, it is an insulator and stronger than polythene. And uses, it is used for covering of making of gramophone, records, refrigerator, lining, electrical wire, in making the handbags, furnitures, etc. Next, polystyrene. The third plastic is polystyrene. The monomer which is used in it is styrene. It is hard, brittle, cheapest plastic and lighter than polythene. It is used in the packaging material of fragile objects like electronic items. It is used to make thermocols and making of disposable cups. So thermocols are made up of polystyrene. Even the disposable cups are made up of polystyrene. Propylene. The monomer used in this is propene. Okay, it is tough and rigid plastic. It is hard and tough and hard plastic. It is used for making different kinds of brushes, bottles, hand gloves, battery casing, and fishing nets. Next, Teflon or polytetrafluoroethene. Okay, Teflon we have discussed that it is used as the coating for the non coating material in the cookwares, the non kitchen cookwares, non-stick coating. Okay, so the monomer used in is tetrafluoroethylene. It property doesn't react with other substance not affected by heat and slippery. It doesn't react with the oil, so it is not affected by the heat and it is very slippery. So it is used for the coating material of industrial part to increase their durability on pan and other cooking utensils as non-stick coating material. The last one is percept. It is obtained by the polymerization of methylene mer acrylate. It is transparent and unbreakable. It is used in the street light fitting and telephones for making windscreens, cars, and mostly used as the substitute of the glasses. So these are the thermoplastics, their sources, their property, and the uses. You have to learn them, even the property and the uses, and how it is obtained, from where, from which compound it is obtained, the source. You have to learn that. It can be asked in 1 or 2 marks question. Next, thermosetting plastics, backlight sources obtained. It is obtained by the reaction of phenol with formaldehyde in presence of catalyst. How it is made? It is made by the action of phenol. It is a compound, and formaldehyde, it is another compound. They both are made to react with each other in the presence of another substance called as catalyst, and its property is it acts as an efficient electrical insulator and is generally harder than other plastics. See, thermosetting plastics, they are changed, they are made only once. It cannot be changed again and again. So they are acts as an efficient electrical insulators and harder than other plastics. They are very hard than other plastics. It is used for making then the handles of the tea kettle, saucepans, pressure cooker, buttons, plugs, switches, telephone case, radios, television casing, etc. So how, for what it is used? It is used for making the handles, the pressure cooker handles. They are made up of this plastic. Melamine, it is obtained by the reaction of two chemical compound. How it is obtained? It is obtained by the reaction of two compounds. Okay, it can tolerate heat better than other plastics. It is and is hard and resist fires. It is hard and it resists fire. It is used for making the unbreakable dinnerware, decoration pieces, floor tiles, fireproof fabrics, etc. So we have discussed thermosetting plastics and thermoplastics. Okay, now we will do the exercise. Plastic do not corrode, do not rust or corrode. It is true or false? Yeah, it is true. Polyvinyl chloride is the example of thermosetting plastics or thermoplastics. They are the example of thermoplastics. Plastics are good conductors of electricity. No, they are bad conductor of electricity. Backlight is used for making plugs and switches. Yes, backlight is used for making plugs and switches. It's true. Now, environmental effects of plastics. See, environmental effects, in this we are going to study the disadvantages of use of plastics, and you people know, you can write that whenever these plastics are burned, they causes the air pollution. This is the first important disadvantage of the plastic, that burning of the plastic releases the poisonous gas into the atmosphere, causing the air pollution. So one of the major cause of air pollution is burning of the plastics. Plastics prevents the replenishment of the groundwater and percolation of the water into the soil. So groundwater, if plastic are present on the ground, it does not allow the water to go into the ground. So it prevents the repletion of the groundwater and percolation of the water into the soil. Recycled plastic bags causes the poisonous dyes to get absorbed into the food items stored in them, which are harmful for the health. See, the plastic bags which we use, in which we keep the food material, what happens, the dyes which are present in the plastic, they are absorbed by these food items, and it reacts with them and causes a poisonous substance, which if we intake that food item, it is harmful for our health. Plastic bags consumed by the animals along with the leftover food results in the illness and sometimes lead to the death. See, plastic bags, when the plastic bags are taken up by the animals along with their food items, what happens? It results in the illness of that elements and sometimes it causes the death. Careless disposal of the plastic bags blocks in the drains, resulting the overflow of the wastewater. This provides a good breeding place for the mosquitoes and other disease causing organisms. See what happens when by carelessly we throw the plastic bags into the sewerage, in the drainage. What happens? It blocks the water. If the water blockage is there, mosquitoes, it provides a good breeding for the mosquitoes grow there, and many other microorganisms. When the water is blocked, if you throw the plastic bags in the sewerage, the water gets blocked and the water is stored, on which the breeding of the mosquitoes takes place and other microorganisms. So it causes the pollution, it affects the environment. Now, how to prevent the pollution caused by the plastics? Almost all plastics are non-biodegradable in nature. They are non-biodegradable means they cannot be eaten up by the microorganisms. So they cause the plastic pollution in the environment. Immediate action need to be taken. Some ways to minimize the plastic pollution: reduce the dependence of the plastic bag and other item made of plastic. So we have to reduce, we should not depend upon the plastic bags and other items which are made up of plastics. Encourage reuse and recycling of plastics. So we have to reuse again and again. Buy the products which are with the less plastic packaging. So we have to buy the products in which the plastic packaging should not be there. Plastic wrapping and the bag should carry with a warning label stating that the danger of the plastic of pollution. So if they are making the plastic bag, a warning label should be there on that plastic bag stating that this causes the pollution in the environment. So the shopper should encourage to use the paper bags and the cloth bags. Plastic should not be disposed in the sewage system. So in the sewage we should not throw the plastic, or on the street also we should not throw the plastic, because it clogs the drains and causes the wastewater to overflow. Any plastic litters that you see in the vicinity should be picked up and disposed in a proper place. So it should be disposed in the plastic in a proper place. Wherever you see the plastic litter, please take it and dispose at a proper place. Keep a separate garbage bins in the home and school. For example, green bin for the biodegradable. There should be a green dustbin for the biodegradable, where the biodegradable substance like the peels of the fruits should be thrown, so that they can be eaten up by the microorganism. And the blue bin should be there, in which non-biodegradable substance should be thrown in, so that the non-biodegradable which cannot be taken up by the microorganism. So two bins should be there. One is green bin, in which the biodegradable substance should be thrown. Blue bin, in which non-biodegradable substance should be thrown. Preferably use the biodegradable plastics instead of non-biodegradable plastics, and follow the principle 4Rs, that is reduce, less use of the plastic, reuse. If you want to use, you have to use again and again the same plastic. Recycle, you have to take such kind of plastic which can be recycled and recover, and it can be recovered. To minimize the environmental pollution should be allowed and practiced. Next, keywords. Synthetic fibers. What are synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are nothing but man-made fibers made by the chemical process. You have to learn all the keywords. Polymerization, the process in which monomer link together to form long chain of polymers. Thermoplastics, the plastics which can be melted repeatedly by heating and can be molded again and again into different shapes. So thermoplastics are the plastics which can be melted and melted by heating, and their shapes can be changed. Thermosetting plastics, the plastics which do not soften on heating and cannot be molded once they have made. Biodegradable, substance that can be decomposed through the natural process by the action of microorganisms. And non-biodegradable, the substance which cannot be decomposed by the microorganisms. So I am going to end the session till here. Your chapter has been completed till here. Okay, thank you.